When the Witch Queen dropped, I lost something precious to me. My divinity-based Bubble Titan. He was my go-to support build in the Deepstone Crypt and the Vault of Glass. As I learned the ins and outs of Void 3.0, I drifted away from using Divinity and focused more on offense. However, with Hive Guardians, legendary campaigns, and a raid boss that moves around and renders bubbles and wells useless, there is a growing need for mobile support. This created the perfect opportunity to fine-tune my Void Hunter. So, before the next season begins, Kevin, I hope you uploaded this in time. Dust off your divinities, and let's take a look backstage. As someone who's worked in theater and film, I can say with confidence that the crew is just as important as the cast. Without us, the actors wouldn't look as good or perform to the best of their ability. The Stagehand Hunter focuses on supporting the fire team while remaining unseen. Your grenade and dodge can be whatever you're comfortable with. For your super, I'd advise against using spectral blades. You'll want to provide long-range support. Personally, I'd go with Mobius Quiver. While Deadfall's tethers have longer reach and duration, Mobius Quiver grants you 2 tracking volleys that cast several debuffs on enemies. Those debuffs will complement our first aspect, Stylish Executioner. Killing an enemy with a Void debuff will grant you invisibility. This can come from our super, our melee, and certain grenades. Pair that with Vanishing Step, and you can dip out of sight almost as fast as Kevin can dip out of social interactions.
Hold up, wait a minute. What the?
Now, there are 2 key fragments you'll want to equip. Echo of Undermining may put a significant dent in your discipline, but it will let your grenades weaken targets. Defeat said weakened targets, and Stylish Executioner takes you off the grid. Echo of Obscurity turns you invisible when you perform a finisher. As you can see, or maybe not, there are multiple ways the Stagehand Hunter can duck out of sight while your Hive audience focuses on the main actors. For Armor Exotic, we'll be using the 6th Coyote chest piece. Its perk is simple: have a second dodge. It's good to have another in your pocket, just in case. While we could use Wormhusk Crown to heal, or Graviton Forfeit for bonus stats while invisible, being able to dodge twice is a bit more practical for this build, especially if you're using mods that proc with your class ability. As you could have guessed, our exotic weapon slot is taken up by Divinity, available through a special quest in the Garden of Salvation raid. You'll create a large crit spot for your fire team and stun overload champions. You won't see high damage numbers at the end of the raid compared to your teammates, but that's okay. Like any good stagehand, you let your fire team shine from your supportive spot in the shadows. Obviously, using the Arc-aligned Divinity doesn't create the most synergy with the Void Night Stalker subclass. I totally get that. If you want to exploit more of the Void element, then allow me to offer an alternative. While I was playtesting this build, I stumbled upon a Hunter video by the YouTuber Plunder the Booty. His build was nearly identical to mine. The biggest difference was that he used a different trace rifle, the Ruinous Effigy. Not only is it Void aligned, it creates a fun gameplay loop for ad clearing. I'd recommend checking out his video for more details. Well, there you have it, a build for all 3 Void subclasses. Thanks again for joining us. I hope this video helped you come up with new ways to support your fire team. We have a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes on our end too, so be sure to check out the links to our socials and merch in the description below. Any likes, follows, and comments will be greatly appreciated. I don't know which subclass Bungie's going to roll out next season, but whichever one it is, I'll be with you to see it in the next round. Take care.